Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Today's message is going to be a guided ancestor message for all zodiac signs. So, as I was busy shuffling just before I started this video, I heard a message saying that it is going to be the end of mental confusion, right? And I feel like it is going into a time of rest. So what your ancestors want to say is that it is going to be a time of rest from having very conflicting thoughts and going through a time period of struggling a lot with your mental side of life, right? And then I also saw that there is some stable opportunity coming in for my fellow collective, right? Your ancestors want you to know that all the work that you've done on yourself throughout this time of mental conflict is going to prove very beneficial for you in your near future. It's going to help you find the opportunities and bring forth new opportunities that will be more in alignment with you and your life path. So let's get into the reading. The first card that came out, I'm going to be doing a recent, past, present time, and near future reading. What the ancestors want to say. I feel like it is more so feminine ancestors that are stepping in, so it's grandmother messages. It's definitely a strong pull on feminine energy, right? And I feel like your ancestors are also trying to point out that feminine energy is all about nurturing, kindness. And how's that message tone there for a confirmation? It's all about being gentle, being nurturing, being soft, right? Being compassionate. So the first card that came out for the recent past is the Queen of Pentacles, right? And this is the energy that I'm feeling with this card is more so talking about using your kindness, your generosity, your compassion, and your gentleness to guide you in your life in creating more stable routines and foundation and all of that for yourself in your recent past, right? But then we also have the Two of Pentacles. Now with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like your ancestors are saying in your recent past there was a very difficult decision that you needed to make, and this difficult decision was to leave something in the past in order to take action towards something brand new, right? And the next card we have in your recent past is the Hanged Man. So with the Hanged Man, I do see that your recent past, there was this feeling of being stuck and stagnant, right? But I feel like this pause in your life was to find the clarity or gain the knowledge and wisdom that you needed in order to move into your present time, right? And in your present time, we have this, let me just put these cards down. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Now the Ace of Cups talks about a new romantic relationship, right? If not romantic, it talks about you experiencing a brand new emotion, right? Or very high vibrational emotions coming into your life at the present time, right? But now the next card is the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles talks about letting go of something in order to bring life back into a state of flow, right? And with the Four of Pentacles, I just heard that it is time to pamper yourself, right? If you're able to, go and get yourself something nice, right? Go and do something for yourself that you really like, or get something for yourself that you really enjoy, you know? Pamper yourself a little bit, right? Because that is how you keep the energy in a state of flow. You can't keep doing and doing and doing and doing without receiving any of that back to make yourself feel proud of all the effort that you've put into something. So I do see here that your ancestors are definitely telling you that you need to start investing more into yourself. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups talks about having that emotional stability in order to take on life's challenges with a very mature and realistic emotional reaction, right? And I feel like it is more so controlling your emotions to the point where you invoke new emotions in yourself throughout the day instead of emotions rising up from nowhere and just experiencing the sense of not being able to control those emotions. So I definitely see that your ancestors are saying here that it is definitely time to put that control over your emotions in order to have a more balanced time or life, right? But now something that I also heard with this Queen of Cups card here is that your ancestors are saying you're very close to reaching a goal, right? Because when I looked down at the cards, I saw that the trophy that the Queen of Cups is holding, right? And this trophy gave me the very strong energy of finally reaching a goal, like something you've set up for yourself in the past that you really wanted to achieve, and you've stayed dedicated to it, and you've stayed persistent, you've stayed on that right path. Yes, there could have been things that might have made you feel out of balance for a short while, but I do see that the way that you handled it, the control over your emotions, right, is definitely coming into play here, where you will be able to reach this goal. In some way, it's like I just heard, in some way, your emotional control is a key to achieving that goal, right? Okay, so for your near future, we so far have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups talks about taking moderate paced action towards something because it's very closely linked to your emotions. Again, the emotions is coming up here. So in your near future, this is where your ancestors are kind of like giving you a heads up or a warning to make sure that you are controlling your emotions in your near future, because there is definitely going to be something here that makes you feel some type of way. And what I mean by that is it's going to bring up some possible negative emotions or overwhelming positive emotions, right? And you're going to need to hold those emotions and control them, right? Don't let them overwhelm you. Don't let them be something that throws you out of balance. So now the next card here is the Sun card. Now, what I feel like your ancestors are talking about when it comes to the Sun card is they want you to let your inner child fly. It's what I'm hearing in my mind's eye. So it's like your ancestors definitely want you to allow your inner child to be free, to roam around in your imagination and in your heart and in your soul, to allow it to just be. Because I feel like that is going to help you find the sense of being very happy and content with yourself, right? Being spontaneous, allowing your inner child to be curious about things around you or the things that you're interested in, right? But I definitely see that there's a lot of positive energy coming into the near future for you, because I just heard that you have just passed a very major spiritual test that your ancestors put you through, and the spiritual test has got a lot to do with your mental capacity and your emotional capacity, right? So it's using your thoughts to motivate yourself and using your ability to control your emotions to benefit you more greatly in your waking life, right? And I say waking life because I feel like a lot of you have the spiritual gift of dreams. Like you have prophetic dreams, or dreams that reveal things to you that give you clues and ideas or insights into something that is happening in your waking life, right? And I feel like a lot of you have dreamt about things that have made you overwhelming, but then in that dream you could have possibly also controlled those overwhelming emotions, or it's very chaotic in the dream, and it comes to the state of you being the one who calms that chaos down, right? Okay, well, that's a lot of cards. I'm going to put those back, and one more card for the near future, please. One more card. Show me the card I need to see. Show me the card I need to see. Okay, this one. Judgment. So, for your near future, I definitely see that your ancestors are saying that it is going to be the moment of clarity, or a moment where you're needing to make a decision on something major in your life. I'm hearing weighing up the pros and the cons when it comes to this major decision that will be guiding the next few years of your life experience. But I also just heard that for those of you who work very hard at achieving the goals that you have set for yourself, right, keeping persistent, keep taking those steps towards your goals, even though some of those steps could be very small and some of those steps could be huge leaps, right? But that persistence, right, with this judgment card is telling me that you're going to receive the rewards for staying committed to that path. It's like your ancestors are evaluating everything that you've done, all the choices that you've made up until now from your recent past, and using it to guide you into this path, into your future. Okay, so I'm going to get a 3-card additional message. There we go. It's more than 3 cards, but hey, we're gonna read them anyway. Okay, so we have 5 cards. The first card that came out is the Queen of Swords. Now, I feel like this extra message here is, for a lot of you out there, is going to be a warning or a heads up again on something that is going to be very challenging for you, right? So the Queen of Swords here is talking about making sure that you have stable boundaries set up around you so that no one can take advantage of you, or no one can manipulate you into something else, or into stepping outside of this path that your ancestors are guiding you on, right? I also feel like you have the mental clarity and the ability to think logically when it comes to situations that are feeling like they're a challenge. So it's like you have the knowledge and wisdom to overcome these challenges because you are very stern with your boundaries, and because you are able to see through illusion using your sense of truth to guide you. Then the next card is the Page of Swords. Now, with the Page of Swords, I do feel like someone is watching you. The first thing I heard in my mind is your ancestors are saying someone is keeping close tabs on you. It's like they're watching you, observing you in your daily life. But I also feel like what this Page of Swords is telling me is that, again, it's talking about your carefree, childlike curiosity, right? It's telling you to not hang on to life's challenges too tightly, right? So that you can have that carefree kind of energy about you, and that you can have that sense of natural curiosity about everything that you're faced with. It's like if you're struggling to overcome a situation in your life, being curious about that situation will definitely benefit you greatly. Oh, this little, you see this? You see that? Yeah, I see it too. Anyway, the next card here is the Devil card. Now, this Devil card, I'm feeling like your ancestors are trying to warn you about temptation, right? Don't be tempted to fall back in the old way of doing things if you're on a path on finding a new routine or new habits or like newness for you. Don't fall back into your old way of doing things, because that is definitely not going to serve you going into this new chapter of your life, right? But also, the ancestors are also reminding me with this Devil card that yes, we have been through so many challenges, right? We have been through so much negative experiences or negative energy or negativity in general, right? And they're highlighting this fact because they're trying to make us aware at, look at where we are right now, right? We might not be completely out of these negative energies or situations, right? But we're well on the way to healing them, right? We're definitely on the right path when it comes to overcoming these negative energies or negative situations, right? With this Star card, I'm being reminded by the ancestors that they are encamping around you at this time. It's like you are this big star in the middle here, and all the white stars are your ancestors that are guiding you, and I just heard lighting up the path in order for you to know which path to take. And again, these two cups that this person is balancing on these cards, it's like balancing your emotions, right? It is using your ability to harmonize the mind and the heart in order to have that sense of healing where you can use your thoughts and your emotions to inspire you. Even though we've all been through these negative situations or experienced these negative energies, use them in a way that can heal you and inspire you to be more of yourself, to be more of who you are and who you're destined to be, right? To heal those old wounds that we have been carrying around with us for who knows how long, right? And by doing that, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the first thing I heard when I picked up this Nine of Pentacles is your good karma, right? It's like by balancing your emotions and not going back to the negative things of the past and making sure that you're working through the emotions, that you're putting effort into overcoming these negative experiences or situations or energy in your life, will definitely be the catalyst of your blessings that are coming in. Earlier in the reading with the Judgment card, I mentioned that you will receive the rewards for all of the effort and dedication and all of that that you've put into this path in your life, right? That is what this Nine of Pentacles is talking about. So I definitely see here that your ancestors are saying you are in a space where you are self-sustainable, right? You're in a space where you are smart enough, you're independent, you're all of those beautiful things. In order for you to be in the right space to experience a whole new different type of life. And what I mean by a whole new different type of life is a life that feels more stable, right? A life that feels more in control, where you're more in control of everything that is happening around you. It's like you influence the things that are happening around you. So keeping in mind, right, that your energy is very powerful, right? Your energy is what lights up the space around you, is what I just heard from the ancestors, right? So use that to your abilities. Use that to benefit you. Make sure that you're using your positive intentions and positive emotions to get through these negative situations that you've been facing, right? Yes, I know it is easier said than done, right? But it is very easy to reprogram the mind and the heart when you finally choose to put that effort into actually reprogramming yourself, right? Creating new habits for yourself, creating a new routine for yourself, right? As soon as you make that conscious decision to change, it will become easier to change. Now, it's not going to be easy, right? It is going to be challenging, of course, because this is how we grow. We grow as a human and as a spirit through the challenges that we face in life. Now, your ancestors are also reminding you to make sure that you are following the synchronicities and guidance that they're giving you. And you do know what guidance they're giving you and the synchronicities they're giving you, because it's all around you every single day, with numerology, with imagery, with colors, with all these different aspects. That's how your ancestors send you messages. Now, if you're seeing a synchronized number, like for example, today when I went out, I saw 7, and I saw another 7, and then I saw a 4 and a 3, which equals 7, right? All of these numbers were synchronized numbers for me, and within that was a message that I got from my ancestors, right? So in order to find the meaning of these numbers, in order to get the message from your ancestors, it's very easy. All you do is you go into Google and you type in their 777 angel number, right? And the angel number is the message that your ancestors are trying to send to you through those numbers, right? And if it's repeating colors, if you see colors throughout the day that are the same, right? Or the same color but in different hues or shades of that same color, right? Go and research that color and just search what is the meaning of this color, right? And that you will get a message from, and that is the messages from your ancestors that they're trying to get to you. And I just want to pull a Moonology card real quick to close out the reading. So let's see what your ancestors want to say to you through the moon. So exciting. Okay, now let's see. Whoop, okay. Whoop, okay. I was just getting one card, but we'll have a few. Okay. The ancestors are definitely talking a lot today. Okay, so the first card that came out is the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So this is definitely linking to this reading that I did, especially this message here, the message apart from the reading, where I mentioned all of the negative things we've been through, but making sure that we are healing ourselves and that we're following the guidance that our ancestors bring us, right? And through doing that, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And then we have, what do you need to release? And again, in this reading, the synchronicities are off the charts, because I mentioned here with the Four of Pentacles that there is something needing to be released in order to be in the state of flow, right? To be in the natural state of life. So something that you're holding on to really tightly, you're needing to release because it is not benefiting you. at this time, right? And then a new romantic cycle begins. So again, I also mentioned in this reading where the Ace of Cups here, I mentioned that for some of you out there, you're going to be meeting a person that there is potential romantically, right? And here we have the card of a new romantic cycle begins. So the ancestors are definitely saying that they're sending you your divine counterparts, right? If you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Your divine counterpart is your other half, the person that is meant to be in your life in order to help you build this empire that you are trying to create. The next card is a time for healing. These cards are on point, right? Because we have the star here, which is talking about healing again. So your ancestors are definitely pointing out the fact that this healing needs to take place, right? You need to work on yourself when it comes to releasing all of the pain that you've felt going through all of these negative situations so that you can overcome them, right? Because I just heard the ancestors say it is a situation where it is mind over matter, right? It could be that you're creating these negative situations for yourself through your thoughts and emotions, right? Because of how strongly you feel about a situation, you're manifesting that into your life, right? So make sure that you're healing from all of your past wounds in order to be in a more balanced state of being. Okay, now the next card we have is don't let pride get in the way. So here, the ancestors are saying that don't be too stubborn, right? Don't be too prideful, because whatever you are experiencing on your path, it is to help you reach the state of wholeness in your own life, right? So the ancestors are saying here with this card is you're meant to experience everything that you're going through, good or bad, right? That is how we grow in life. Experiencing all these negative things and how we work through these negative things and overcome them is the process of growth, right? Of spiritual growth. So don't be afraid to grab the bull by the horns and ride it like a cowboy, you know? Just make sure you're being humble going through that situation or whatever this is for you. Make sure that you're being humble throughout that experience. And then the last card here we have is expect powerful change. And this card, it speaks for itself, right? You can expect powerful change because of all the work that you've done and all of the blessings that you're going to be receiving, all of the good karma that you're going to be receiving for all of the effort that you've put into your life, right? To make sure that you receive these powerful changes is to balance out your emotions, to make sure that you're healing yourself, right, from all of the wounds that you've experienced in your past. Because a lot of the time, right, what has happened to us in our past is only there to guide us to who we're meant to be, right? So it's not necessarily that important after you've experienced it, because you've now experienced it and you've become the better person, you've grown from that situation, and the ancestors are saying that because of that is the reason they're sending you this powerful change. So I hope y'all all have a good day, or wherever you are, a good evening. And blessed be.